So the Office of the Director of National Intelligence has just released proof, not supposition, proof of all the things that Dr. Anthony Fauci lied about. These are, by no coincidence, a lot of things that I have been saying the whole time. I've been pushing in the truth movement since 2005. 21 years now. 21 years. And at the start, I certainly wasn't right all the time. There was a lot of misinformation. There was a lot of stuff I was being handed that I was believing. Just like the people who betrayed me, just believed what they were handed. But over time, I learned how to filter through the bullshit, enhanced my own critical thinking skills, and began employing logic entirely until I started just figuring out what's true and what's not by looking at it, by doing my own research. And I don't mean that in a colloquial, do your Google search kind of way. I mean, sometimes I have to dig into reading peer-reviewed studies if I want to get to the truth of something that has to do with science. And that's kind of how things went there. But nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody wanted to even consider the possibility that the things I was saying were right. Guess what, motherfuckers? Everything I said was right. I am still batting 1,000. Still. And the MK Ultra mind control stuff hasn't come out yet. It's not about me. It's not about me being right. To some extent, it is about 90% of the people in my life that I thought were friends or friendly toward me, having turned their backs, abandoned me, betrayed me, or attacked me directly. For what it turns out, I was right about. Fauci must be tried for crimes against humanity. This must be a capital punishment that he receives. And while it would be nice to have a nice, good old-fashioned hanging, listen to him beg and plead, make sure he's not wearing a hood as he dangles. I want to watch his eyes bug out. I want to watch his face turn purple. But it would be acceptable to instead assign him to forced labor, even at his age, and just work him to death. That would be acceptable too. Now, when it comes to the people who betrayed me and betrayed many other people in their lives as well, by just believing the bullshit without question, and then arguing, doubling, tripling down on being wrong when presented with actual facts and evidence that objectively refute the bullshit that they just believed without question. I really hope when they get to the point of this MK Ultra hearing on government mind control programs that something eventually gets passed in Congress, that people who can be shown to have been completely brainwashed can be re-educated and fixed. But the problem is, most of the people that have been brainwashed will not be able to be fixed. There is no fixing it after so long, which means we either have to let them go around being wrong about everything, attacking people for being right, or we have to do something about it. I'm not saying we, the people, must. I'm saying it may come to something where we put them all into a ship, we sail them out in the middle of the Pacific, and then we sink that motherfucker. Because we cannot have a population of people who have been mind controlled, who cannot tell the difference between truth and false, right and wrong, and then be allowed to participate in the civic process of determining governance. That's the whole problem with the people that have been using these techniques to control people for political or financial means and ends. is that it ruins everything for the rest of us. The process we have, which in theory should work, cannot work when you have broken, brain rotted, or brainwashed people participating in the system. This is like having 6-year-olds being allowed to vote. We can't vote our way out of this. We can't fix this by just letting these people continue to be wrong. It's not their fault necessarily. Maybe they're just naturally susceptible, but it's not my fault either. And I should not be made to suffer, or anyone else who's been right the whole time, facing things like algorithmic shadow bans, facing public ridicule from people who have been programmed by the news people on the TV to discredit and stop thinking about whatever it is that somebody says if it goes against what those people on the screen who are being paid to be there are telling people they must believe. It's not my fault. It's not anybody else's fault that happens to still be right about these things. It's not our fault. We should not be punished for being right. That's called negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is a form of abuse. So I'm going to try and keep it super short. I don't want to get ultra ranty on this, but yeah. Anthony Fauci needs to go to trial. He needs to be tried and convicted of crimes against humanity, and he needs to be summarily executed along with anyone else that he interacted with that participated in what he is going up on trial for when he is tried. He must be tried. And I shudder to think about the necessity of re-educating citizens of a free country. But the fact is, there has been introduced a mind virus. And this mind virus will destroy the entire country if it is left unchecked. That is what it is. We are all in danger until the brainwashed idiots are no longer able to participate. We are, the rest of us, the normal people, the sane people, the intelligent people, those who are able to think using these amazing organic quantum computers we are all born with. Those of us who have not been broken, those of us who have not squandered it. We should not be made to suffer. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. So, be real interesting to see how this MK Ultra thing goes down in Congress, because like I said, we need to punish the people who have been enforcing misinformation from a top government level positions. That is damaging to freedom. It is damaging to the welfare and well-being of all of us. And we must do something about the unfortunate victims of this misinformation. Those that cannot come around, see reason, understand the truth, and assimilate to the actual facts rather than continue reverting back to what they were told years ago and just not think. Those people, if they can't be re-educated, they gotta go. If they can be re-educated, it's really unfortunate. It sounds terrible, but the fact is, you can demonstrate objective truth to people, and if they cannot accept that truth, that's a problem. Because if you can't accept truth, you cannot make an informed decision in the civic process. Therefore, you should not be allowed to participate. Period. Period. So that's what I got. I don't know, man. Capital punishment for Fauci, re-education for all the brainwashed idiots, and euthanasia for any of them that cannot be fixed. That's where we're at. That is the necessity of the current situation. I came upon the following clip as the previous video that you just watched was processing. So I'm adding this on. It is clipped slightly because some of the non-relevant topic to my point, I agree with nonetheless, but I'm cutting it out so that I don't catch the censorship, because it's part of what the following video is kind of talking about, which kind of backs up what I was just talking about. Thank you. Oh, and then you're gonna have to look at a freeze frame because I don't want to have dude show on the thing. So this is not a pipe.
When people do that thing, it's always like when people go, and it always drives me nuts. They go, I know, CNN, they got their agenda, but hey, Fox got an agenda too. Fox, they're both doing their thing. I go, okay, let's check their batting average on COVID, because CNN lied about everything and was wrong about everything, right. And Fox was right about everything, and CNN was wrong about it. Should we go with Hunter Biden's laptop? Should we go with Joe Biden being senile? Let's pick a subject, and we'll figure out who's. Well, they're both saying something different, and they both have an agenda. But one side is wrong all the time, right, and lying, and the other side has a much higher batting average. And so, right, you can go, people do that, Republican, Democrat, they're all bad. The Democrats are batshit crazy. Right. You couldn't have said this during Bill Clinton's time, but now you can. And so you go, I don't like this whataboutism. Like they're both. Right. One side is pushing hard for kids, right, and wants to overregulate and tax your life, and wants Elon Musk dead, and that's basically. And the other side wants lower taxes, right, and they want to own guns, and they want the government to leave them alone. And
or police on the streets.
Yes. You with all this, and they don't, and I don't want my kid getting, and I don't want story hour at the local library. No, one side is not clinically insane.
Right.
They have their foibles. You may disagree with Iran or certain policies or foreign policy, but they're not batshit crazy and ruining everything at the same time.